What if the person who celebrates your success the loudest is the same one secretly hoping you fall flat on your face? It's a scary thought, right? That someone in your inner circle, someone you trust, might not have your back at all. We call them fake friends, and they are masters of disguise. They are so good at hiding their true colors that we often miss the warning signs until we're left feeling hurt, used, and confused. In this video, we are going to pull back the curtain and expose the 11 subtle things that only fake friends do. And you'll want to stick around because the sign we'll talk about at number 7 is the silent killer of friendships, and it's the one most people mistake for genuine care. 1. The conversation is always about them. You ever get off the phone with a friend and realize you spent 45 minutes listening to every single detail of their life, their job drama, their new crush, the weird thing their cat did, but they never once asked, "Hey, how are you?" This is the classic move of a fake friend. They treat you like their personal diary or a therapist they don't have to pay. I remember this one friend, let's call her Sarah. Hanging out with Sarah was like watching a one-woman show. I knew everything about her life. But one day, I was going through a really tough time. My family was having problems, and I really needed someone to talk to. I called her up, and before I could get a word in, she launched into a 20-minute story about a disagreement she had with a barista. When she finally took a breath, I tried to say, "Hey, I'm actually not doing so great." And she just said, "Oh, that sucks." Anyway, so then the manager came over. I felt completely invisible. A real friend gives as much as they take. The conversation should be a tennis match, not a bowling alley where they're the only one throwing the ball.
2. They disappear when life gets hard. A fake friend is a fair weather friend. They are all about the fun times. They'll be the first one to show up for your birthday party or a fun night out. But the moment you actually need something, suddenly they're busy. Their phone dies. They have a thing they can't get out of. Think about it. When your car broke down, who did you call? When you were heartbroken over a breakup and needed a shoulder to cry on, who was there with a pint of ice cream? If the person you're thinking of is nowhere on that list, that's a huge red flag. Real friends are your all-weather friends. They show up for the storms, not just the sunny days. They're the ones holding the umbrella for you, not the ones who run for cover the second they feel a drop of rain. It's easy to be a friend when life is a party. The true test is who stays to help clean up the mess. 3. They give you backhanded compliments. This one is tricky because it's disguised as a compliment, but it leaves you feeling weird. A backhanded compliment is an insult wrapped in a pretty bow. It's things like, "Wow, I'm so surprised you got that promotion. I didn't think you'd actually get it." Or, "That dress looks amazing on you. It's so brave of you to wear something so bold." See what they're doing? They're giving you a little praise, but immediately cutting it down with a dose of doubt or criticism. It's a way for them to make you feel small while pretending to lift you up. It often comes from a place of jealousy. They see you doing well, and their own insecurity makes them want to knock you down a peg. A real friend's compliments are pure. They say, "You look amazing in that dress," or "You totally deserved that promotion. You worked so hard for it." There's no hidden jab, no surprise sting at the end. It's just genuine happiness for you.
4. They're secretly competitive with you. A little friendly competition can be healthy, but with a fake friend, everything is a competition. If you get a new job, they have to tell you how their job is better. If you go on a nice vacation, they have to one-up you with a story about their even better vacation. It feels like they have a secret scoreboard in their head, and they always need to be winning. This isn't about cheering each other on. It's about them trying to prove they are superior. It's exhausting. You find yourself hesitant to share good news with them because you know they're just going to turn it into a contest. True friendship isn't a game. It's a team sport. Your friends should be your biggest cheerleaders, not your rivals. They should be celebrating your wins as if they were their own, not immediately trying to outshine you. If you feel like you're constantly in a quiet battle for first place, you're not in a friendship. 5. They gossip to you and about you. This is a big one. If a friend is constantly coming to you with juicy gossip about other people, you have to ask yourself a question. What are they saying about you when you're not around? A person who is comfortable tearing others down behind their backs will almost certainly do the same to you. Their loyalty is to the drama, not to the person. They use gossip as a way to feel important and to create a false sense of closeness with you. It's like saying, "Hey, I'm trusting you with this secret," but it's a bond built on negativity. A true friend respects your privacy and the privacy of others. They shut down gossip instead of spreading it. They create a safe space where you know your secrets are protected and you're not going to become the topic of conversation the minute you leave the room.
6. They pressure you into things. A real friend respects your no. A fake friend tries to turn it into a yes. They might use guilt, like saying, "Oh, come on, don't be so boring," or "I guess you don't want to have fun with me." They push your boundaries because your comfort isn't their priority. What is their priority is getting what they want, whether that's a drinking buddy for the night or someone to go along with a bad idea. This is especially common in younger crowds, but can happen at any age. It could be pressure to spend money you don't have, to go out when you'd rather stay in, or to do things that just don't feel right to you. A genuine friend will hear you say, "Nah, I'm not feeling it tonight," and their response will be, "Okay, no worries, maybe next time." They respect your choices, your energy levels, and your values. They don't try to mold you into who they want you to be. Okay, let's pause for a second. As you're listening, you might be nodding your head, thinking of someone specific, and that's where it gets tough. What do you do with this information? It feels awful to realize someone you care about fits these descriptions. The biggest challenge isn't just spotting them, it's deciding what comes next. Do you confront them? Do you slowly pull away? It's confusing because maybe they aren't bad people, they're just not your people. And here's something most people don't realize. A lot of this behavior doesn't come from a place of pure evil. It almost always comes from a place of deep insecurity. A person who is truly happy with themselves doesn't need to put others down to feel tall. They don't need to compete or gossip. They celebrate you because your success doesn't take anything away from them. So when you see these signs, you're not just seeing a bad friend, you're often seeing someone who is struggling with their own self-worth. This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it helps us understand it. It also helps us protect our own energy, because their negativity can be contagious. Studies from places like the University of California have shown that emotions, both good and bad, can spread through social networks like a virus. Your friend's constant negativity can literally start to rewire your brain to be more negative too. All right, we've talked about some big, obvious signs, but now we're at number 7, and this is the one I warned you about. This is the sneakiest, most damaging sign of a fake friend because it looks like they're just being realistic or helpful. 7. They downplay your achievements. This is the dream crusher. You come to them bubbling with excitement about a new goal or a recent accomplishment. You got into your dream school, you started a new business, you finally finished a creative project. And their reaction is lukewarm. They don't share your excitement. Instead, they poke holes in it. They'll say things like, "Oh, that's cool. Is that school really that hard to get into, though?" Or, "A new business? That's risky. Most of them fail in the first year, you know." They frame their negativity as just being realistic or trying to protect you from getting hurt. But what they're really doing is pouring cold water on your fire.
They're planting seeds of doubt because your success makes them feel insecure about their own lack of progress. A true friend fans your flames. They believe in your craziest dreams. They are the ones saying, "You can do this," not the ones listing all the reasons you might fail.
8. They're only around when it's convenient. This is the friend who treats you like an option, not a priority. They hit you up when their other plans fall through, or when they need something from you, a ride, help with homework, or an ego boost. You feel more like a backup plan than a real friend. They'll ignore your text for days, then suddenly pop up with a, "Hey, what are you up to tonight?" message. They're never willing to go out of their way for you, but they expect you to drop everything for them. It's a one-way street. A real friendship involves mutual effort. Both people initiate plans. Both people make time for each other, even when life is busy. You feel like a priority in their life because you are one. You're not just a name on a list they scroll through when they're bored. 9. They don't respect your boundaries. Boundaries are the invisible lines we draw that keep us feeling safe and respected. A fake friend loves to color outside those lines. You might tell them you're not comfortable talking about a certain topic, and they'll keep bringing it up. You might say you need some alone time, and they'll show up at your door unannounced. They might borrow your things without asking or share personal information you told them in confidence. They do this because they don't see you as a separate person with your own needs and limits. They see you as an extension of themselves, and they believe they are entitled to your time, your space, and your secrets. A true friend hears your boundaries and says, "I understand." They might not always get it perfect, but they try their best to respect your limits because they respect you.
10. They make you feel drained after hanging out. Pay attention to how you feel after you spend time with someone. Do you leave feeling energized, happy, and light? Or do you leave feeling tired, anxious, or just blah? Fake friends are often energy vampires. They suck the life out of you. This happens because the entire interaction is focused on them. You spend all your energy listening to their problems, validating their feelings, and calming their drama. There's no reciprocal exchange of energy. You give, and they take and take. By the end, your own emotional battery is completely dead. Real friends recharge you. You can have deep, difficult conversations, but you still leave feeling seen and supported. The friendship fills you up more than it drains you. 11. They keep you separate from their other friends. Have you ever had a friend you've known for ages, but you've never met any of their other friends? They talk about their work friends or their college friends, but they never invite you to hang out with the group. This is called compartmentalizing, and it's a huge red flag. Often, they do this because they act like a different person around different groups. They might be the fun, wild one with another crowd, but the serious, intellectual one with you. They don't want their worlds to collide because it would expose their inconsistency. Or, in a more sinister way, they might be talking badly about you to their other friends, or talking badly about them to you. Keeping everyone separate allows them to control the narrative. A genuine friend is proud to have you in their life and wants to integrate you. They'll say, "You have to meet my friend Jessica. You two would get along so well." They don't hide you away, they show you off. So there you have it, the 11 signs that can help you see a fake friend for who they really are. From the conversation hog to the dream crusher, these patterns aren't just quirks, they're signals of a one-sided, unhealthy connection. The goal here isn't to go on a friend cutting spree, it's about awareness. It's about understanding that you deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, who celebrate your wins without feeling threatened, and who show up when the skies are gray, not just when the sun is shining. True friendship is about quality, not quantity. It's better to have one or two real friends who genuinely have your back than a dozen who drain your energy and dim your light. Your energy is precious. Invest it in people who invest back in you. If this video opened your eyes, subscribe to RainWish for more content that helps you build a better life. Goodbye.